Hey guys, this is Professor Bowen-Moore. I just wanted to touch base and go over some of the things that relate to your print cover of your magazine concept. We will imagine your fictitious magazine that you come up with. We're going to imagine it being a print publication first, and then having a mobile app version of your magazine publication as well. So the two have to correlate. You need to make sure that your magazine carries over to all platforms cohesively. So we want to design the print cover of an issue of your magazine for your last minor project. So a few things to think about with that is you want to first, test out some different images for the cover. You can choose your images for this project and the UI UX. All of your images can come from anywhere, but they have to be sourced. Now your UI UX project, you will source your images in the actual layout as well as your rationale. For this minor project, you will need to add a extra page to your design document, InDesign document, and that second page you will source the cover image for your print magazine. So you will need to include that on the second page. Just a link to it, a URL, or just if you took it yourself, or if you got it from the folder, you would source that you got it from the sample article folder. So any image you use needs to be adapted and adjusted for the particular platform that it's going on. So in this case, this is for print. This would be a print cover, so you would need a high-res image that's in CMYK color. And then for the UI UX, you would adjust that image. This cover image that you would use on the print cover would relate to your feature article that you chose from the sample article folder. The most predominant cover line would relate to the feature as well. This example here that I'm showing you on the desktop relates to the Billy Gibbons story. And so the cover line that relates to the feature is here. And you will be making up the cover lines for the cover. So these other cover lines relate to other stories that might be in this issue. And notice they've included the logo type and the branded name of their magazine, or the nameplate is what we call this at the top, the issue, and obviously the cover lines with the cover image. So again, you'll make up the cover lines, you'll make up what issue this is. The feature article will have the more predominant cover line on it. So some other examples that we have here. This is one that I think I included in the module. So this was an older story that just got outdated, but this was Mocktail's article that was about non-alcoholic beverages. So they used that as one of the main cover lines here. Brass Plum Magazine was the name of their fictitious magazine. If you want to make your cover a little more authentic, you can create a barcode and put that in the layout as well. You can find those online. Just make sure that you adjust the resolution and the color mode correctly as well for the barcode. So just make sure you are thinking about, in terms of your image that you choose, do some versioning, test out some different images that might work for this layout, especially working around your cover lines. You want to choose an image that's easily visible, that you don't have to impede on the main subject. You want to be able to see the cover lines and the type easily on the page, and that sort of thing. So that's some things to consider. This particular magazine was called Inclusion. So this white bigger headline or cover line over here will go to that's relating to the feature article. The image, of course, is relating to the feature article. As far as setting up your document in InDesign, you are going to create a print document for this. We're going to do it letter size. You want to include 2 pages, remember. You do need to do custom margins for this, but nothing too small. Obviously, you will need a bleed margin. More than likely you will. So make sure you have that 1/8 of an inch. So we've got 2 pages here. The first page is for the cover itself. So remember to use your bleed margins when you are bleeding your cover image. The second page again will be to source or list the specific source that you used for the cover image there. Okay, so once you've completed the print cover here, you want to package it, compress it, and submit it to Box along with all versions. Just make sure all your versions are in there, your INDD, your IDML, and your PDF of your print cover. Okay, so those are some things to remember there. And think about your fundamentals, think about your alignment, think about how type is working around the image, think about the spacing on the page, make sure you're following your grid and using your text margin lines to give a nice invisible border around the page. Keep all your type within the text margins on the page. Make sure you use your bleed margins for any images bleeding off the edge of the page. Okay? So good luck, and if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.